Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, the country remains on high alert after Tuesday's deadly terror attack in New York City. The suspect has confessed to being influenced by ISIS in a truck attack that left 8 people dead and more than a dozen others hurt. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more on how the U.S. is responding to the terrorist group claiming responsibility.
ISIS is now claiming responsibility for that deadly attack in New York City on Halloween night, prompting new concerns that the attacker might have been part of a larger cell. New reports show 29-year-old Saifullah Saipov called a friend in the hour before the attack, and he has been the point of contact for 23 other Uzbeks to get into the U.S. At least one of them has been expelled from the U.S. for terror concerns.
One of the things investigators will look at after this incident is whether there is any type of network or cell that's operating in this country from Uzbekistan.
Currently, at least 9 Uzbek immigrants have been convicted or are awaiting terror charges in the United States. As federal agents investigate exactly what radicalized Saipov, New Yorkers continue to mourn the victims and show their determination to continue living.
New York is stronger than something like this.
One of those injured, a student who was on the school bus struck by the rental truck.
I heard a loud crash sound, and the bus matron landed right on me.
Was back at school the very next day.
Because I wanted to go because I wasn't hurt and I wasn't injured.
New York's already taking extra precautions, setting up concrete barriers along the bike path, trying to make sure what happened there Halloween night never happens again. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
The rate of gun deaths in the U.S. has increased for the second year in a row. That marks 15 years of no real change, according to a report by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Roughly 2/3 of gun deaths are suicides, and those have been increasing for about a decade now. Overall, there were 2,000 more deaths last year caused by guns than the year before. So far this year, we're at about the same rate. So experts are hoping it's a sign the number of gun deaths will not increase again. But again, it's still too soon to know what the rate will be for this year because most gun deaths happen in warm weather, according to the CDC. A Hillsborough County man is facing murder charges after his former girlfriend was found dead inside a burning minivan. Michael Clark is accused of killing 34-year-old Kristen Kelly. Sarasota County Sheriff's investigators say they were called to the van fire on October 15th along I-75 in Osprey. Detectives say Clark was the driver of the van, and he claimed he did not know how that fire began or how Kelly had died.
Through investigative means, we are able to determine that he is the one who beat his girlfriend and the mother of his kids to death, put her in the back of his own vehicle, drove her to Sarasota, set his car on fire for the purpose of destroying evidence of his own crimes.
Extremely shocking. I've known Mike for a long time, and it's just not something I would have ever pictured him doing.
Clark is now charged with murder, arson, tampering with evidence, and possession of cocaine. A disaster recovery center will open today for 4 days in Bradenton to help those affected by Hurricane Irma. These centers offer in-person support to individuals and small business owners. Recovery specialists from FEMA, the U.S. Small Business Administration, and the state of Florida will be on hand there to help anyone filling out applications or updating their status. The Recovery Center will be at G.T. Bray Park Tennis Center area on 33rd Avenue West in Bradenton. It will be open today, Saturday, and Monday from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. and then on Sunday from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Don't miss out on important disaster recovery assistance deadlines. This Sunday is the deadline to apply for reimbursement for damage from the hurricane. Eligible applicants include government entities, certain private nonprofits. The money would go towards costs for emergency response, debris removal, and repairs. To date, nearly 1,000 requests for reimbursement have been received by Florida's Department of Emergency Management. And a local store is accepting clothing donations for Tidewell Hospice. Evelyn and Arthur, which is located on Main Street in downtown Sarasota, is collecting some gently used clothing and accessories to resell at the Treasures Thrift Shop in Venice. Those interested in donating are encouraged to bring that clothing, shoes, handbags to Evelyn Arthur's Sarasota location during regular store hours. Profits from the sales will then go towards Tidewell Hospice patients and their families. Great cause there, and some great weather for us on this Friday afternoon. Meteorologist John Scalzi joins us now with more on that, and looking pretty good out there.
Can't beat it with a stick.
It's been a great week.
You know, it really has. The temperatures have risen just a little bit. Now I'm hearing people say it's too hot out there. It's too hot, right? But still, I think the humidity is still pretty bearable, even in the heat of the day, you know. And I think if you get out of the heat and make it into the shade, why it feels, I think, positively cool, you know, times during the afternoon. And that will be the trend right straight through the weekend. As far as cloud cover goes, there's not a whole lot of it around, actually. The morning hours are absolutely spectacular with that big, bright, basically full moon out there. A few fair weather clouds here and there, but mostly just a very pleasant, beautiful weather outside. Satellite view doesn't show much in the way of any kind of cloud cover either, except over on the other coast where a little trough of low pressure will develop. That will kind of kick off a few scattered showers for that coastline. And some of the higher level clouds could be transported into our neck of the woods, and that will be the case through the afternoon and into the evening hours, but no rainfall accompanying any of those clouds. 78 degrees in Wauchula Parish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Myakka City, Arcadia, Northport. You get the picture. Temperatures fairly uniform, even near the coastline. You're pretty close to that mark at 77 Longboat Key and Inglewood, and 79 degrees in Venice. Our daytime high temperature today just a tad bit warmer than yesterday, coming in the low to mid 80s across the region, probably around 84, maybe 85. 83 is what we hit yesterday. We'll talk all about the forecast for the weekend coming up in just a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Administrators at the University of West Florida are investigating an anti-LGBT incident on the campus. The Pensacola News-Journal reporting several anti-LGBT flyers were posted all over campus on Tuesday night, primarily on building doors leading to lecture halls. A UWF spokeswoman says they believe a national organization targeted the university. Based on the initial investigation, the university believes there's no reason to believe that such a group exists on the campus. The university's president condemned the behavior and said the school is a safe and respectful environment for all. Two accused drug dealers from South Florida are in jail for laundering their money, literally in the laundry. Hollywood police say they busted the men after finding a washing machine with almost $80,000 in cash inside, along with firearms and cocaine. They're still in the Broward County Jail facing multiple drug and weapons charges. There's an increased security presence today at Woodland Middle School in Northport. Northport police say a student ran away from the school yesterday yelling threatening comments. Police say after an investigation, they determined the student's comments are not considered to be a credible threat. And just as a precaution, an extra officer is on campus there at the school today. And to correct a story that aired earlier this morning on ABC7, Sarasota's new Westin Hotel is not having its grand opening today. Next week, there is an invite-only VIP event, which is scheduled at the hotel. ABC7's business commentator Jeff Stern joins us now with a check on the day on Wall Street so far. And Jeff, we have had some record earnings reported. And how are the markets responding to that?
Scott, the markets have done well, and you are correct, record earnings. Just for instance, Apple last night came out. We know today is the big day for the X, but yesterday they said the quarter, $53 billion in revenues. Pretty impressive. That's $2 a share, worth $900 billion. They're getting close to that $1 trillion mark, so record earnings. The Dow is about 0.35 for the week. NASDAQ a 0.25% positive. S&P just slightly negative. We know the 10-year Treasury still trading around that 2.35%. Oil 55 a barrel. We'll see how we're currently trading. The futures were positive when I woke up. Let's see how the Dow is doing. 23,526, up 10 points, 0.04%, while NASDAQ's trading positive as well, 6,734, up almost 20 points, over 0.25%. S&P positive as well, 2,581, up almost 2 points, 0.06%. And
Jeff, the new job report is out today. How many jobs have we added here in the country?
Scott, huge. This is the best so far for the year. 261,000 jobs for the month of October. Unemployment came lower at 4.1%. We haven't seen that since 2000. Wages grew 2.4 in October percent. Fortunately, that's a little low. September was revised actually from -33 to +18. That gives 85 straight months of job growth. Very impressive. And the bank season, or excuse me, the holiday season's coming up, so there's a lot of companies hiring. We see Target looking to hire 100,000. Macy wants to fill 80,000 jobs. Even JCPenney at 40,000. Walmart takes a different approach. They're going to give their employees more hours. And let's not forget about Amazon. 120 they're expecting to hire in the holiday season, which also gives UPS, FedEx, and the tens of thousands of jobs adding. So, Scott, this trend seems to continue in the next 2 months of the year. And so far, way to go, America. We are working and keeping that unemployment rate low.
Sounds good. Jeff, thank you so much for the update.
Have a great weekend, Scott.
You too, sir. Still to come in your Suncoast News, we're setting our clocks back an hour this weekend, but how does that change influence our moods? I'll tell you why psychologists say the change could make you sad and what you can do to beat the winter blues. And we'll have news of a new app that could save your life. ABC 7's Erica Jackson will be live in Manatee County with the new app that Manatee 911 is launching today.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
79-degree air temperature outside. We have a mostly sunny sky, a few clouds here and there. We'll put the cloud symbol in, but you know it's really not a big deal, and there certainly will be plenty of sunshine around to boost that temperature up another 3-4 degrees, 5 degrees maybe in some interior locations particularly. Dew point is at 64, so we've gotten that dew point up to what I would personally consider the upper limit of comfortable before you start getting into, it's feeling a little humid out there. If we continue moistening the atmosphere, then I think it's going to be a little bit sticky as we head into particularly Sunday. But, you know, with a little northerly component to the wind, north-northeast now at about 8, and it's kind of shifted a little bit more to the north, I think we're going to kind of level off that dew point value for the rest of the afternoon. So what we have now in terms of humidity is probably about what we're going to see. 78 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish, Bradenton, Longboat at 77, so's Inglewood. Double 79s in Sarasota and Venice, and Lakewood Ranch comes in at 78. Should be a beautiful evening. The relative humidity, the dew point value at 65 is still low enough that as the sun sets, the air will lose its temperature rather quickly. So It'll feel, I think, pretty comfortable this evening as we drop our temperatures down into the 70s. We have this line of showers. Boy, that's pretty evident here on our current radar imagery. It's all associated with a frontal boundary. This frontal boundary will gradually kind of lift to the east, and then the whole system kind of lifts out of here. It's not going to be pushed through our neck of the woods. High pressure will remain our dominant weather feature right straight through the weekend. Nothing changes there. We have this easterly wind flow that will continue on, or northeasterly wind flow, and that will continue to keep us kind of stable in terms of our chances for rainfall or the amount of cloud cover that we get, that sort of thing. So we'll look for a mostly sunny day today, warm conditions, and that basically dry weather. By dry, meaning no rain will fall, even though the humidity will be high enough, I think, at 65 to possibly support a little bit of patchy fog near the ground as we head into next couple of mornings, particularly in inland areas. But if you look aloft still, this is the water vapor imagery showing where the moisture is and where it is not. And this tan colorization is the dry air. And clearly, it's all over the state of Florida. So we're still looking at some pretty stable atmospheric conditions over the next several days. The high pressure ridge bringing an easterly wind flow, pushing a few clouds in our direction, but really not much chance of those rain showers that are being picked up by the fetch of air off of Atlantic waters, making their way all the way across the peninsula into our neck of the woods. So I think we're pretty safe to say it should be a dry, mostly sunny, very pleasant weekend. Northeast wind coming in at about 10 to 15 knots, 2-foot seas, light chop, and the forecast calls for nice conditions, pretty stable conditions right straight through the week ahead. And don't forget, Sunday, 2 a.m., clocks go back. You get an extra hour, Scott.
I need it. Thank you, John. When you find yourself at the scene of an emergency, your first step is to call 911. And public safety officials in Manatee County know every minute could be the difference between life and death. And believe, a new smartphone app can be a major tool in saving lives. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from the Emergency Operations Center in Manatee County with more on the Pulse Point Respond app and how it can help people of all ages. Erica?
Good afternoon, Scott. Manatee County's 911 chief tells us that 1,000 people die every day from sudden cardiac arrest here in the U.S. And that's why Manatee County officials believe the new app called Pulse Point can help reduce that number. Locals who are CPR certified can download the app and it will notify them in the event of an emergency based on their location. If you find yourself at the scene of an emergency, call 911. Responders at the Emergency Operations Center will input your location and emergency information through the Pulse Point system. And then everyone who has the app within a quarter of a mile will be notified. That person should administer CPR until an ambulance arrives. According to Manatee County fire officials, when a person collapses and their heart is in ventricular fibrillation, the chance of resuscitation decreases by 10% per minute.
One of the very first links in that chain of survival is about the public. Having a community that's educated and knowing what to do, who to call in the event of an emergency, and making certain that they're trained in doing CPR and rapid deployment of an automatic external defibrillator.
Officials at the Emergency Operations Center also want those who are not CPR certified to download the app because they say those people can help by finding the closest defibrillator and also administer hands-only CPR, which does not require certification. Reporting live at the Emergency Operations Center in Manatee County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Erica, thank you so much. We know that's going to save some lives there in Manatee County. In HealthSmart, this Sunday marks the end of daylight saving time when we turn the clocks back 1 hour. According to a psychologist at the Cleveland Clinic, when it gets darker outside sooner, it can impact our likelihood of developing seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. SAD is marked by feelings of sleepiness, withdrawal, and even irritability. Research shows women tend to suffer from SAD about 4 times as much as men do, but when men do develop symptoms, they tend to be more severe. In addition to longer periods of darkness, where you live can have an impact as well.
Of course, we know that people in Florida aren't going to suffer quite as much. Rate of seasonal affective disorder down there is about 1.4%. Get up to New Hampshire, about 9.7%. So where you exist in relation to the equator makes a difference.
To help fight off those winter blues, Dr. Bay says just getting yourself outdoors more can often help. Even getting together with other people or taking up an exercise program can really benefit your mental health during the winter months. And are you finding it harder to get to sleep at night as you get older? Well, this is not uncommon. Some people find they need less sleep as they age, but most still aim for 7 or 8 hours each night, which is just about right for adults more than 65 years old, according to the National Sleep Foundation. Disrupted sleep and still feeling tired when you wake up every day are not a normal part of aging. A few simple tricks for getting a good night's sleep include limiting daytime napping, not eating a heavy meal before bed, turning off all your electronics, and then relaxing before bed with a book or maybe listen to some soothing music. Also, get regular exercise throughout the day. If these tips don't help you, you could continue to suffer from insomnia. That's when you should talk to your doctor about some other options to help. All right, time now to check in for the first time with ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. She joins us live today from one of her favorite spots, Table Creekside in Sarasota. Judy?
I can't hear. Well, welcome. I'm here at the award-winning Table Creekside Restaurant on 40, right off 41. It's right on the Felipe Creek River, and I'm so excited to be here today. We thought we'd start at the bar since they continually win Best Happy Hours. We thought we'd show you some of the great happy hour dishes they have, really innovative cocktails, but it's such a lovely experience to come here and enjoy a sip, look at the water, and have some wonderful appetizers, including a new short rib quesadilla. I think that's made my list for #1 favorite. So stay with me throughout the hour as we're here at the Table Creekside, right on the water. You're going to find out about their Thanksgiving hours and about their new creative dishes and cocktails. We'll be back in just a few minutes to show you so much more.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
All right, let's meet our pet of the week. John is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marsha Panucci, to tell us more about Santara, a featured kitty from Cat Depot. Marsha, John?
Indeed. What a beautiful little kitty we have here, Marcia.
She is a darling. This is Santera, and Santera is 8 years young. And you know, in catdom, that is very, very young for her. And you notice that she is a lap cat. So if you're looking for a football buddy or a baseball buddy or just somebody to sit in your lap and be very, very relaxed and enjoy life, she'll sit there for hours, John, just with you.
What beautiful green eyes, too.
Yeah,
she's just gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. You know, she does like to ride in cars. But again, you know, she's happy to just be in your lap. She's very playful when she needs to be. She would prefer to be the only cat in the house. She would like to be the queen of her house. And as far as other dogs, well, you know, if there was an older dog, that might be a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't want to chase after him or swat him and get him into place. So that's kind of where she's coming from. Very, very healthy. She is being presented today from Cat Depot, and unfortunately, her owner passed away.
That's what I heard.
Yes,
That's so sad.
Yes, and you know, this brings up the point that you and I have discussed so many times, John, and that is you have to be responsible and think about the future with your pets. We all want to be here. We all want to be here to take care of them and possibly outlive them. But so many times life steps in and we can't take care of them, and you need to have a plan. I always say, what's your plan B? And so that they can move on and have a wonderful life. In this particular case, Santera is looking for her next life. She's willing to accept a loving home that will keep her calm and give her the milk and kibbles and whatever that she wants, and certainly watch the television shows that she wants. So she'll have to tell you exactly what she is looking for.
Those eyes are just gorgeous. Do we know what kind of a cat this is?
Well, she's a, you know, cat.
Cat, right. And she's not a large cat. She's not a small cat. She's just right.
She's just right. As I keep saying, she's a lap cat. Right. So if you kind of look at her, she's going to fit into just about anybody's lap. And I just, you know, this is the type of cat that kind of debunks the myths that we hear about, oh, they're aloof, they're cool, you never see them. Are you kidding me? Take a look at her.
Really
she wants to be seen and be with you.
And the process of adoption?
You call Cat Depot, and you can call them at 941-366-2404. You fill out an application, you come in for an interview, and then hopefully Santera will pick you.
Absolutely sweet kitty. Marcia, thanks so much for bringing her in today.
Thanks, John, and we'll see you.
Good luck there, Santera.
Yeah,
back to you, Scott.
Yeah, we wish her the best of luck. Thank you so much, both of you. Time now to get back to Table Creek side in Sarasota, where ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher is enjoying lunch today. Judy?
Well, that's right, Scott. It's absolutely gorgeous out here, and it's so exciting because we get to meet Michael, who is the new manager and bar chef creator here at the table. Good to see you, Michael.
Good to see you too, Judy. Thank you for stopping by today. So today we're just hosting a couple different things, everything from our Thanksgiving meal dish to just a few of our favorites that we have here.
And tell me about the cocktails, because that's your specialty.
Correct. The cocktails are my specialty. Starting off here, we have what's known as our Holy Grail, which pairs perfectly with our King Arthur over here. That is our house-made mead that we add in a lager and a couple different champagnes.
Wait a minute, you make house-made mead?
Yes, we do.
That is impressive. I love that. Now I love a sangria, and this is so in tune with, we live in tropical Florida, but it is the season of Thanksgiving, so let's talk about this.
So this is going to be our apple cinnamon cranberry sangria, perfect for the wintertime, and then we garnish it with some frozen cranberries right on top.
Perfect. And over here I see slices of fresh toasted coconut, and I mean fresh.
Correct. So with this one is actually a house infusion. It's an orange coconut vodka that we add in a little bit of, it's going to be chambord, and then it has some creme de mure, and then we garnish it with some dehydrated pineapple, and then a sweetened dehydrated coconut right on top.
Ah, spot on. Now you can't see the smoke right now, but this is one of your real specialties, and it's a whole presentation when you come into the table. Tell us about this cocktail.
So this is our In Search of an Honest Man. It is originally served with the lantern covered, and it will be filled with smoke. The smoke consists of rosemary and hardwood smoke, and then that is going to be inside is a Wagyu washed bourbon that we do here in house, topped with some creme de mure, chocolate liqueur, a cherry syrup, and then just all around just deliciousness with the smoke that brings out a steak flavor to it.
And well, it's so funny that you said that, because last time I was here, I had a steak, and it was like the perfect cocktail pairing with the entree. Now, real quickly, I mean, we're sitting out here, it's so beautiful. What inspires you now that you've joined the Table Creek side?
What really inspires me to work here is just the idea of always stepping up a new challenge and always evolving. And just when you're here on such a beautiful view and such a beautiful location with such incredible dishes, it really helps make you want to just step up your game and see what you can bring to the table and just always raising the bar to the next level.
And that's literally the truth. Scott, I got to tell you, I feel badly that I'm the one that gets to sit out with this gorgeous food, these great drinks, and this environment. It's wonderful, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, and you'll get to talk to Chef Pedro, see what's on the menu.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and 3-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now, because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now, and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. President Trump taking his 4th foreign trip, leaving first for Hawaii before heading to Asia for 11 days, where he'll be pushing on North Korea and trade. But he's left behind his Treasury Secretary and Chief Economic Advisor to make progress on tax reform, which could be do or die for Republicans. ABC's Serena Marshall has more on what the tax plan means for everyday Americans.
It's a tax fight the president won't be around to see. leaving Washington for Asia today, but yesterday unveiling the bill, he was confident.
I'll be back in 11 days, but I know things will go well.
Well, it's been a long time since families have been able to keep more of what they earn.
Republicans say their plan does this by taking the 7 tax brackets and reducing them to only 4. So if you're a family that makes more than $24,000 but less than $90,000, you would pay up to 12% in taxes. That means for the average family making $59,000 a year, they say you'd save roughly $1,200 annually. The estate tax would also be gone and the corporate tax rate slashed from 35% down to 20%. To balance those dollars, they slash popular tax breaks like the student loan interest deduction, the medical expense deduction, and the mortgage interest deduction, cut in half to only the first $500,000 of the loan.
They're doing tax giveaways to the wealthy and the powerful and telling the middle class, take a hike. You're on your own, baby.
Before taking off for Asia, the president on Fox News disagreed.
So the middle class is a big beneficiary, and we really have, Laura, we've had tremendous receptivity to it.
Capitol Hill Republicans may be receptive, but 50% of Americans are against the plan, according to the latest ABC News Washington Post poll, and 60% think the plan will primarily benefit the wealthy.
Republicans are confident they can get this to a vote in the House by Thanksgiving, but first they have some selling to do to their own members. Many of them are asking about all those tax cuts, how exactly they'll be paid for. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Well, caught on camera, a group of police officers on bikes suddenly riding into danger, a speeding car coming right at them. Authorities in South Florida say the driver deliberately targeted those officers. And North Miami police are still searching for the driver. According to police, the department was conducting a weekly community bike ride yesterday when officers noticed a suspicious vehicle at the back of an apartment complex. As officers approached the car, police said the driver put the car in reverse and tried to run them over.
This vehicle basically came barreling at them, trying to kill these officers, and none of these officers fired, not once.
Police said they believe the driver could be armed and is considered to be a danger to the public, and they're hoping the public can help them identify that driver. Also in South Florida, 6 firefighters are accused of sexually explicit and racially offensive conduct, and all of them have been fired this week. ABC's Glenna Milberg spoke to the victim, who says he's still pretty shaken up by what happened.
The African-American firefighter racially targeted by coworkers telling us off camera he isn't ready to comment on what happened. Multiple sources telling Local 10 News it was here, fire station number 12 on Northwest 46th Street, where the black firefighter's belongings, including family pictures, were vandalized and a noose was found in his locker. And it didn't stop there. Miami City Manager Daniel Alfonso saying in a statement, an incident occurred in one of our fire stations involving sexually explicit and racially offensive conduct. In addition, an investigation continues into lesser involvement by others who were at the station. We cannot and will not tolerate behavior that is disrespectful, hurtful, and compromises the integrity of the department. Tonight, Miami's Firefighters Union also responding, saying, we expect all of our members to be provided a safe, comfortable workplace and also to fair and complete investigations and just discipline when it's warranted. We are very disturbed by the allegations and look forward to the opportunity to review all the facts.
Now, the investigation is ongoing as the department looks into the participation of other members who may also have been involved. A ban on dog racing in the Sunshine State is among dozens of new proposals being filed by members of the Florida Constitution Revision Commission. That commission has the power to directly place amendments on the 2018 ballot. Supporters of the ban say the move comes as an opportunity to end the mistreatment of greyhounds, reduce the amount of gambling in our state, and restore community values. Amendments placed on the November 2018 ballot will need support from 60% of voters to be enacted. A dog racing facility here on the Suncoast, the Sarasota Kennel Club, of course, could be affected by the ban if it becomes law. And the 73rd season of greyhound racing begins today at the Sarasota Kennel Club. Racing getting underway a short time ago, and again tonight beginning at 7:30. Time to get another check on our Friday weather. Meteorologist John Scalzi is back with that, and it's been a pretty good week, but we've seen that sort of a A steady incline in our temperatures, even the humidity, you say, a little bit?
Yeah, sure. We could get some patchy fog around over the weekend in inland areas, and particularly areas to the north where there's a slightly better chance of cooler temperatures. Otherwise, you know, I think what we're seeing today is pretty good. Going to be very typical of what we see right straight through the weekend.
Okay.
So it's going to be kind of nice. And by the way, tomorrow is International Moon Observation Day.
And we got a full moon, right?
Full moon
Almost?
starts tonight, yeah.
Oh, good.
Tonight after midnight, so technically tomorrow.
Perfect.
And it should be a very, very pristine kind of sky, you know.
Yeah.
Not quite as low in humidity as we might see, a month from now, when the skies are, you know, at their optimum for stargazing. But the moon will be pretty high in the sky, so it should be a pretty nice sight to see. Casey Key webcam put into motion shows all that blue sky out there today. Sunshine abounds. A few fair weather clouds pass by from time to time, but there's nothing that's going to produce any rainfall for us today. Most of those clouds are moving from the Atlantic coast across the state and into our area. We do have some higher level clouds, very high level clouds, kind of riding on a west to east motion, so there's a bit of a crisscross going on in the sky, but as I mentioned, none of it producing any rainfall. Temperatures now pretty much hovering around the 80-degree mark, and I think we'll top it out about 4 degrees, 5 degrees warmer than we are right now, coming in around 84 for a high. No chance of rain today. I don't think there's much of a chance of one over the weekend either, but we do have another cold front down the road. Talk about that in a second. Scott.
All right, John, thank you. Local fourth graders will now have the chance to learn more about the history of Newtown, Sarasota's historically black community, all through a new partnership. Beginning the day after Martin Luther King Jr. Day, continuing until the start of Black History Month in February, Sarasota County School District fourth grade students will have the opportunity to embark on a field trip touring 15 historical markers around Newtown. Sarasota Herald Tribune reporting district administrators hope this program will expose students to local civil rights history combined with Black History Month curriculum and Florida history. Today, the Healthy Start Coalition of Sarasota County and Sarasota Memorial Hospital are holding a forum to discuss the impact of gender and racial bias. Numerous studies have shown that unconscious bias contributes to poor health and poor support, and they're hoping to combat that. Coalition says birth and health outcomes in our area, like many places in the U.S., show a disturbing disparity between racial and ethnic groups. This event will continue until 5 o'clock this afternoon at the Health Fit Complex. That's located on Clark Road, just east of Honore. Now let's get back to Table Creekside Restaurant in Sarasota and see how lunch is coming along with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. Judy, I know this is one of your favorite spots on the Suncoast.
It is. It's romantic, it's beautiful, and it's award-winning. What more do we need, especially being on the water? Now, I know we call this Lunch with Chef Judy. They're not open for lunch. Their sister restaurant, Philippi Creek, more casual, is open for lunch and dinner, just so you know. But they're open for dinner every night. And Chef Pedro, once again, you bring up the level of the menu. Talk about these new dishes starting over here.
Well, thank you so much for coming to see us. You know how much we love you.
And
thank
I love
you so
you.
much. We're very excited because Thanksgiving Day, we're just now doing some turkey. Look at those beautiful dishes.
It's fantastic. What is this starter?
That's a beautiful pear salad, and it's made with 2 kinds of wine, Malbec and a Chardonnay. Poached the 2 pear salads with ricotta cheese and pearls on top, and the mixed greens, of course. And look at the beauty.
Oh, I love it, and I get my greens in that way. And tell us about this one.
This one, I'm excited about this one because we make our own cheese, ricotta cheese, with like poached egg, tomatoes.
Oh.
It's a beautiful salad.
Heirloom tomato salad. Now, Thanksgiving, you open starting at 11, and they're taking reservations, and they are filling up. Talk about what you'll be serving on Thanksgiving.
Well, we're going to serve the traditional turkey, but not so much traditional. You look at the beautiful plate.
It's fantastic.
Turkey, chicken thighs, mashed potato.
And we have, is this, tell me what's stuffed right here. I have to turn that.
This is a turkey roulade with mushrooms.
Oh, yes, yes.
Beautiful.
And Brussels sprouts, one of my favorites. Now, my husband loves your rack of lamb. Absolutely loves your rack of lamb.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at that beautiful plate over there, too. That rack of lamb, Colorado rack of lamb with the Spanish potatoes, tomatoes. It's just a beautiful dish. You know, all the components.
Now, seafood lovers are going to go crazy.
Sea bass. That's the filet mignon of the sea. Look at the beautiful plate.
I love it. I love it.
Soda in there, and then we have
now,
Wagyu beef, river snake, and it's a beautiful asparagus, potatoes, crispy.
And we have to wrap it super fast on the lobster?
Oh, look at that. It's a King Arthur,
King Arthur lobster.
lobster dish. Look at the beautiful dish, too.
It is fantastic, and you can get this with your King Arthur mead. I'm telling you, this is such a special place for any night of the week, whether it's happy hour, coming out to dine, and certainly on Thanksgiving. Thanks, Chef. We'll be back in a minute for some sweet treats.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
79-degree air temperature. We have a mix of sun and clouds, more sun than anything else, but a few clouds pass by from time to time. 64-degree dew point, kind of on the upper edge of it not being humid. If we get a few more degrees onto the dew point, I think most people would agree that it's starting to get a little sticky out there. North-northeast wind coming in at about 8 right now. That northerly wind, I think, is going to limit just how much more we could add to the dew point so long as we keep that more northerly flow. And I think overnight tonight, the flow will go pretty much due north. We have a little trough kind of moving across the northern part of the state, helping to kind of switch that wind back more to the northerly direction. 79 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca Parish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Northport, Sarasota. 77 at Longboat Key. Venice coming in at 80 degrees. So pretty uniform temperatures from inland to coast and north to south across our Suncoast region. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, remains kind of locked in place here, and there's not a whole lot of movement that's going to happen with this frontal boundary. Little areas of low pressure are going to ripple along it, creating some pockets of inclement weather in places. A pretty good snowstorm back to the Pacific Northwest, and rain showers all along this front, with some of them kind of strong, moving up through Kentucky, Tennessee, into the Ohio Valley. These little areas of low pressure will kind of deform this frontal boundary here and there over the course of the next 5 days or so, but eventually a stronger cyclone out of Canada will drop south and really give the necessary push to this system to bring it down through the state of Florida, and that will be our next cold front. Models are kind of differing on just how strong that cold front will be, so right now we'll continue to evolve the forecast for next week, but it looks like we could drop our temperatures 5 degrees or so at least by the time we get to this time next week. Sunny, warm, dry for us today and really right straight through the weekend, with a nice boating weather northeast at about 10 to 15. That becomes more northerly later on this evening, and we'll look for the trend of fair weather to continue past the weekend and into the beginning of next work week. As I said, by Thursday or Friday of next week, we'll drop our temperatures down just a little bit. Clock's back Sunday. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Apple still has the ability to draw long lines with its iPhones. The latest version, the iPhone 10, went on sale this morning, and people lined up at the mall at University Town Center at the crack of dawn to buy one. The mall, which doesn't open until 10 a.m., had a line outside as early as 5 a.m. Some waited because it's become a tradition for them. Others waited because they've self-proclaimed tech geeks. One common theme, though, the iPhone bringing people together.
We have waited for every iPhone since the original 10 years ago. So why not?
I've already made the call. I already told her I've got it, so she's happy because I'm happy.
We called and confirmed there still are some iPhone 10s left at the Apple Store inside the mall at UTC, but that's probably not the case in cities like New York, where people started lining up last night to buy one. And just a reminder, if you want to stay up to date on the latest breaking and local news and see alerts sent to your phone instantly, iPhone and iPad users will need to download our new news app. You can go to the App Store, search for WWSB or My Suncoast to find that new app. Still to come on your Suncoast News, several family-friendly events over the weekend here on the Suncoast, including one that's honoring Snooty. I'll tell you where you can go this weekend.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
If you have Medicare, I have 3 things you'll want to hear. There's an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana. It includes Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage, and it may save you money in so many ways. It's all in this book, and it's yours free just for calling. You'll see all the ways the plan might save you money, even on prescription drugs. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,500 on average on their prescription costs. And you get all this coverage with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. Even if you've looked at Humana before, you need to take another look at this plan. We'll send you the decision guide absolutely free, in a slightly smaller size, of course. Discover the all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan that could cut your costs and cover your prescriptions. Call 1-800-824-8241 or go to humanabigbook.com. The savings are too big to miss.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA has recently warned about an increased risk of leg and foot amputations associated with the use of certain diabetic medications such as Invokana and Invokamet. If you or a loved one took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation, ketoacidosis, kidney failure, or even death, call the Rely On Group now. We are here to help you get the justice you deserve. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-355-8205. That's 800-355-8205.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
For 30 years, it's been an honor for the Michael's on Ice team to serve you.
We love that our restaurant, wine cellar, and ballroom have become your favorite gathering places, and we love catering your parties.
From everyday celebrations to life's greatest occasions, please join us soon for new culinary adventures. A toast to 30 years.
And to many more.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
It's been a delicious day here at the Table Creek side. So whether you're coming out for a wonderful dinner, for happy hour, and certainly Thanksgiving, you want to finish with one of their creative desserts. Look at this, the key lime custard in the cone with a citrus glaze on top. How adorable. Or how about the caramel popcorn cocktail? Now that is dessert to me. It has been so much fun. I encourage you all to come out to the Table Creek side, enjoy the cuisine, and have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you back here soon.
All right, Judy, thank you so much. Today is the 13th annual Festival of Skeletons in Bradenton. The Art Walk is hosted for people to remember departed loved ones in the tradition of Dia de los Muertos. Snooty will also be honored at this event. You can experience the Art Walk firsthand at the Village of the Arts in Bradenton. Starts today at 6 and will run through the weekend and end tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Nice.
And good weather for it, I'm sure, too, right?
Absolutely. That Village of the Arts is just a great place to visit.
It is.
It's really nice.
Stroll around and explore.
Yeah, if you haven't been there before, it's really worth a visit. Yeah. It's wonderful. Nice weather, absolutely. Lots of things going on this weekend, and it looks like great weather for all of them.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and we'll see you again at 5.
Take the trolley to Siesta Beach for the Crystal Classic Sand Sculpting Festival, November 10th through 13th. See master sand sculptors create works of art. It's family fun with hands-on kids activities, sand sculpting lessons, music, food, a party tent, and more. Visit SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055, 800-793-6055.